Good afternoon, Knights. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bryanna Valderrama, and today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. Here's your Charge on Air update. A deal to end the government shutdown is finally moving forward. GOP leaders are pushing a funding bill after the Senate advanced a measure last night in exchange for a future vote on expanding Affordable Care Act subsidies. Now, senators must agree on how long to debate before a final vote. If the vote is passed, the House will need to approve it before it reaches President Trump's desk. Meanwhile, the effects are still being felt as food stamp recipients remain uncertain about their benefits, and airports are struggling with ongoing staffing shortages. On Saturday, family and friends gathered by the reflection pond at UCF to honor Brian Vladic Hazel, who has been missing for 4 years. His sister Bethany Hazel spoke with hope and gratitude, encouraging others to keep her brother's story alive. Charge on Air reporter Melanie Gallardo reports on the Hazel family's continued search for answers.
Tonight is about keeping Vladic's story at the forefront of
Vladic Hazel, a UCF student and former Marine, has been missing for 4 years. He disappeared about 1 mile from campus near the Place at Alafaya apartment complex, and his family says it still feels like day one. His sister Bethany Hazel says a new detective from the Orange County Sheriff's Office has been assigned to the case. The Hazel family keeps Vladic's story alive with weekly TikTok live sessions, reaching people across the country. Bethany says supporters have become an extended family, sharing flyers and spreading awareness.
There are countless people that have now become my extended family in what we call Team Vladic that have come around my brother's story, supported my family, and continued to share flyers throughout the country.
The Hazel family launched the Coffee Sleeve campaign to help spread awareness about Vladic throughout Orlando and across the country. Bethany says Vladic could be anywhere, and the campaign is a small way to get his face and story out in hopes of generating long-awaited tips. Among those who returned to honor Vladic Hazel was Melissa Leanne, co-host of the Navigating Advocacy podcast and co-founder at Advocacy Con, who first met his sister Bethany through their shared advocacy work.
It's a heavy night every time I come. I'm listening to Vlad's dad and sister speak so highly of him and how much they miss him even after all of this time. It's heartbreaking, really. And every year I'm like, this is going to be the year that they get their answers.
Bethany said Vladic was to be a groomsman at her wedding this year, but she reserved a seat for him and carried his photo on her bouquet.
Keep sharing with your friends, your family, share far and wide his story, because with your help, we'll be able to find my brother.
In Orlando, Melanie Gallardo, Charge on Air.
Bethany urges anyone who remembers Vladic on campus to come forward, saying any tip could help his family in the search. The UCF Florida Space Institute celebrated the Space U Week with a research symposium. From cutting-edge research to future careers, UCF spotlighted the next wave of space innovation at the second Space U Symposium. The idea behind the event was to gather students, NASA team members, researchers, and professors from universities across Florida to talk about research findings, proposal fundings, and showcase research projects. Luisa Zambrano is a planetary scientist at the Space Institute, and she says it is vital to bring knowledge from the symposium to UCF.
It's important to bring, because we can bring together the universities, we can bring together the resources, the knowledge. The questions some students might have here might be answered by a professor in another institution.
Attendees heard from top space leaders including NASA's Nicolas and Florida State University's Julie Brisseet. The symposium will have its third version next year during Space U Week, and the organizers hope to continue empowering future generations. UCF baseball rounded off its fall ball season with its annual Black and Gold series over the weekend. The final exhibition match was played yesterday at John Juliano Park, where assistant coaches faced off with their own team of Knights. Norberto Lopez's side took the series with a 10-17 win over Shane Gierke's team. Head coach Rich Wallace says he's happy to see how passionate players get in what is just a preseason scrimmage.
They've been shown some ultra competitiveness and some fight. Like yesterday's scrimmage almost ended in a little fight between family. Like, that's okay. Like, they were getting after each other. To me, that shows me it kind of means something to you.
There was still plenty on the line for the players in this exhibition match. Aside from fighting for starting spots, Coach Wallace said the winning side was rewarded with steaks after the match, while the other team had to settle for hamburgers and french fries. The UCF Knights volleyball team served up a dominant performance against a ranked opponent on Saturday afternoon. The Knights took down number 24 ranked Iowa State in straight sets in front of a packed crowd at the venue on senior night. Before the game, the UCF had not defeated the Cyclones since 2019. The Knights are now 15-9 and will get ready to travel to Cincinnati to take on the Bearcats on November 12th. They will not return to the venue until November 19th when they look to play the Arizona State Sun Devils. As part of UCF's inaugural Space Week, the university partnered with Firefly drone shows to light up the sky. The drone show followed the frost warning event held Thursday night at the Edition Financial Arena, where guests rock climbed and enjoyed free ice cream under the stars. Event goers lined the lawn of Memory Mall and watched as the highly anticipated show made its Space Week debut. Between UCF logos and rocket ships, the 15-minute performance provided a brief history lesson of UCF's origins, paying tribute to the university's original mascot, the legendary 1968 Citronaut. The soundtrack included classic hits ranging from David Bowie's Starman to the Star Wars theme song. Student Government's athletics coordinator, Dwayne Jones, says the show was a collaborative effort and took more than a month of planning.
Yeah, I've actually been planning this event specifically since the summer when I proposed it to our student body president and vice president. Obviously, I'm just happy we're able to celebrate Space Week, and it's a big tradition at the university now.
Although UCF's first Space Week has concluded, students can expect to see the tradition continued into next year. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today's high is 71 degrees with partly clouded skies and a 20% chance of rain. Tonight, the low is a chilly 52 degrees with a 30% chance of rain, so you may need a heavy coat tonight. Tomorrow's high is 78 degrees with partly sunny skies and a 10% chance of rain, much warmer than previous days, but you might want to hold onto that umbrella. That's all the time we have for now. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Instagram at The Charge News. And check back here tomorrow for another news update. I'm Bryanna Valderrama. Thanks for watching and have a great day.